Just a vlog of my summer. So this is just a vlog of me getting my camera equipment because, as you find out later, the camera that I bought, it came broken. So then I had to go and get camera equipment from the nonprofit that I'm a member of to go get camera equipment. So this is what I'm doing here. It's also of me shooting during the summertime with my grant funded film. So all those videos are up on my YouTube now. If you want to take a look at the film I was talking about during this whole entire video, and also the Black State Fair. So I'm trying to get better at just making vlogs just about my actual art practice and not just showing vlogs of me selling my artwork, because that's just not all I do. I do a lot of stuff. So I just want to make more vlogs just showing what I do as an artist, because this is like actually, like it's like for other people who are interested in what I'm doing, or other people who are artists, checking out what I do and then connecting that way. But also like kind of like a time capsule, or like probably like a video diary of my progression as an artist. So yeah, so like this is just what I'm doing right now. So I just want to like fill it up because the beginning is like literally just videos, like just video. It doesn't really show what I'm doing. So in the next clip I'm actually going to explain what I'm doing, but it's kind of strange just starting off a vlog with just no audio or just no introduction. So yeah, let's get into it. So, so what I'm doing now is I just got out of the bookstore. They didn't close till 8, but there was a family emergency, so they closed the store early, which is like okay. So I really didn't have a good chance to like look at everything, but I got a couple things. I got a really nice book with face masks, which I thought was really cool because a few of the pieces I wanted to start doing is collages. I really like making collages, and I want to start incorporating drawing my drawn faces with like collages from like books and magazines, stuff like that. So I bought those, and I already know like I was not about to go to like no regular bookstore like Barnes and Noble, because I did that in November when I made my other two collages, and I paid like $20-$30 for like 4 or 5 magazines. That was ridiculous. I'm just like, why am I spending all this money for magazines that I'm about to cut up anyway? So I said, you know what? I'm in the area. Let me go to Half Price Books and just buy these books half price. So that's what I did. So I'm really glad I did that. I would like to be frugal for my art stuff, because art supplies it's expensive in general. So if I can get something that's like half price or is pretty cheap, then that's what I'm gonna do, because if you're over there buying $6, $7, $8 magazines in bulk, that gets expensive, and I gotta live. So tomorrow I will be filming my first interview for my film, which is really exciting because I started doing pre-production for this mid-June. So I got my grant money mid-June. I found out in mid-May that I got it. So it took a couple weeks for the money to go through, get the money. So I was in full-fledged panic mode because I'm thinking, oh my God, like I should have been getting pre-production. I should have been doing pre-production as soon as I found out. I should have been doing this in May, like mid-May when I found out, but I just wanted to wait till I got the money first, because then it's really set in stone. Then I really know how to budget out everything, even though I already made the budget when I made the proposal, but still. So I got the money mid-June, and then I started freaking out. I'm just like, oh my God, like I already know how long pre-production takes. Like if you're a filmmaker, you make films, whatever, pre-production, well, for me, is the hardest part. It's just the hardest part of just finding people, connecting with people, like setting up interviews. It's the most hardest part, because on that point, especially for the film I'm doing, I'm literally at the mercy of all the people who are in this film, because this topic area is something that I haven't experienced myself, but I want people who've experienced this and that actually have real world people and people who are experts to be able to help me with this film. So I was up to the mercy of them. So I was just really nervous. I had major anxiety, and then plus I have a full-time job with this, so I'm just trying to navigate creating like producing this film, as well as like juggling my full-time job and also making artwork for the event I'm doing in August. So it was just a lot, but the film is going pretty good. So I'm shooting my first interview tomorrow, so I'm shooting this weekend, next weekend to get the one-on-ones done. So it's either in person or virtual, but like depending on people's schedules. And then the final shoot is going to be in August. So then I will have a couple weeks to be able to edit, put the film together, because I need the finished project to be done in September. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Like compared to how stressed out I was. So I feel like everything that's difficult or hard is worthwhile, and that's what you're doing. So I'm just feeling really energized about that. I'm feeling really good, and I just really can't wait to see, because I have a vision of how it is in my head, but I can't just wait to see how it translates when I put it all together. Like that'll just be the biggest thing, is just seeing something that came in my head translated onto a proposal, translated into film. Can't wait to see how that looks. So yeah, I said I'm gonna be more personable in my vlogs and actually show you what I do instead of just showing me selling my artwork, because that's not even half of what I do. Like my artwork is so all encompassing, and so many people that I meet with at those events, they have no idea like all the stuff I do, because you only get to see the finished product, like the visual art piece, you know. Like that's not all I am. Like I'm all encompassing as an artist. Like it's showing you the real world life of an artist, you know, just trying to do it out here. So the summer, because last summer, you know, I sold stuff. I didn't even vlog anything, and I really should have. Like I'm just like, wow, I just wasted the whole summer not vlogging. And I created some really dope pieces, and I didn't even like get to show it. But like this summer I'm doing a lot of things. I'm gonna make a few videos about how I became an artist, what was like my journey to become that, and how I make money as an artist. So yeah, so I'll get all into that when I make my video. So stay tuned. It is now almost 11 o'clock at night. I had to run to the store real quick to go get new SD cards, because the camera that I'm using right now, because my other camera that I bought, the screen didn't work, so I had to resend it back to the people so they can exchange that and give me a new one that works. So I've just been having like so many camera issues that it's just like it's one thing after another. So I've already had this problem before with these cameras. So it's just like with Sony cameras, if you use a SD card in another camera, you have to reformat it to see. So what I figured out was, it was actually, I had to media encode my files because I was using a Sony camera. And with Sony cameras, it saves as like a weird media file that Premiere Pro doesn't really mesh well with. So that was the issue. I figured that out after the fact, because you have to reformat it to you know, the formatting of Sony. Like I don't know the technicality behind that, but that's something, because it happened to me before with these cameras a couple years ago when I filmed one of my, like, I think it was my my Regina the Queen visual that I made for my internship. That's also on my channel. But I did that, and then for some reason, when you like put an SD card in and you click on it for your, like, on your computer, it doesn't show up as like a regular file to import it on the software that I use. So this time it happened again. I'm just like, okay, what's going on? I don't have time for this, because before my shoot tomorrow, I want to test to make sure everything was working fine, and I'm glad. And a whole other sidebar. So I figured out what was like basically going on with my whole entire time editing my video, because Premiere Pro, when I really learned it, it was a curveball. Like, it was not easy to learn, but I learned it, and this is a software that I'm comfortable using. So what basically happened was, I'm not sure if anyone else who uses Premiere Pro dealt with this, but when I updated my MacBook software operating system, it was Big Sur. And with the new Adobe Premiere Pro 2021, it was not rendering correctly with, so like, let's say you have a video and the audio was not syncing with the video, or the audio was completely not even just rendering. It would just like be a freeze frame. It just didn't look right. It was not working. So I was extremely frustrated. I was figuring out, why is this happening? What is going on? So first I had to deal with my camera coming and it being broken. So I had to resend it back. So that was already like a halt my plans. So I'm like a member at a local nonprofit here in the Twin Cities that lends out camera equipment. So I use their camera equipment in the meantime, but it was super annoying not having the camera that I bought with my grant money ready to film. So that was annoying. So that was something I had to deal with. Then I had to learn or figure out how to media encode my files, since my previous camera was a Nikon and I've used other Sony cameras before and I never had that issue before because it wasn't working, because Big Sur was messing up my video files. And I did not figure that out until a month later, after media encoding every single piece of footage that I shot. So every time I shot something, I would come home, media encode all the files, put it in my desk, put in my hard drive. It was such a long process that I literally could not figure out for the life of me what was going on in my Adobe Premiere. So it was endless nights of researching what was happening, what was going on, and I finally figured out what it was. It was Big Sur. So I'm just like, okay, let me unupdate my computer. But then it was saying that I had to go back in the back end, and it was really technical. I'm just like, you know what, I'm not trying to mess up my computer trying to update my computer. So who would have thought? So that was a whole entire process just trying to get this film together, that it was just a whirlwind. That was the most. And here I thought just correlating everyone's schedules and just getting everyone shot was the hard part. No, basically the technical issues that I was experiencing with this whole entire film was diabolical. It was so stressful because, the best part for me is editing. And I didn't really have fun editing this film because I literally had to use an outdated Premiere Pro just so I could get my project done, because I had a deadline to complete this. By September. So I'm over here trying to figure out all the month of July and August, trying to figure out what is happening, what is going on. So I had to use 2019, and it was really annoying because 2019 is like outdated, and especially didn't really work well with my computer, my operating system. So it was just a challenge in itself. So I'm extremely proud of what I do have, because I had a lot of big and bold ideas of how I wanted this film to look and to be, but I could not do that, with with the time and the energy, with all my technical difficulties, just trying to figure this out by myself and trying to ask for help when need be. So what I do have, I'm extremely proud of, but there's a lot of things I would love to change with this film, but I didn't have a lot of time. I really didn't. So it was just, oh my God, it was so many technical difficulties that I've experienced with this film. So that's why I haven't uploaded the rest of the summer, because this whole film has drained the life out of me. So now I'm trying to be more active on my channel, but I couldn't even think about uploading another video or editing another video or just thinking about just putting any content up when I was dealing with this. Oh my gosh, when I tell you it was diabolical, it was diabolical. So what I have on my channel of what I made with Black Childbirth, I'm extremely proud of, because everyone knows who I've told this to knows how difficult it was for me. I did, because I would have been so upset and just beside myself if I got back home, checked the footage, and it's literally like on a weird format to where I would have to like screen record the footage that I got, which I had to do the last time. I had to screen record it because it wasn't in the format to be able to like import it on the editing software that I use. So I literally had to run to the store real quick before they closed just to be able to buy these. I bought 3 different SD cards and 3 different gigabytes just to make sure that I just have SD cards for this type of camera, because I'm gonna have to be using this camera for a little while until I get my new camera. So it's just like, I feel like other cameras don't have this issue because I can transfer it from my Nikon just fine. Like that was the camera that I was using. So it's just like, I feel like that's like the only type of cameras where you have an issue like that. And I just missed my turn. That's great. So now I gotta do a U-turn. I just have like so many camera issues lately that I'm just like trying to like make sure everything works, everything's good for my shoot tomorrow. Because I haven't used these cameras in a while, so I want to make sure everything is good, because it took forever to get these interviews set up with all these different people. So, and then like this person who I'm shooting tomorrow, she's like, we already chose her availability, and like it works with my schedule too. So what I don't want to do is, you know, not have all my ducks and T's in a row. So I think I'm going the right way. Yeah, so now I'm out to go back home, and hopefully these SD cards work, because all my other SD cards I've used in my other camera. So I'm making sure that these SD cards are not formatted to my Nikon, so I can put these in the Sony camera to make sure they work. Because oh my god, like, oh Lord Jesus. Big shout out to my twin sister for helping me on some of these shoots. So she's the one with the afro puff in the back. So she's a mess. So actually with this shoot, we didn't actually start filming until like probably like 40 minutes later, because my sister's very talkative, so she spent the whole time kikiing. So but like, yeah, she really did help me out a lot with this, so big ups to her. Really appreciate her. Time fixing that tripod, and the gag was the frame was still crooked. So I didn't notice that until I went back in to edit, and I was I was beside myself. Just like, how did I not see that? I can never get my tripods completely straight, and it's so annoying.
Rajine. Awesome. All right, 977.
This kills me. She literally said my name, spelt it, and still spelled it wrong. I can't. So today I'm filming the second interview. I filmed one yesterday. We're filming outside today. I found a really primo spot, because you know in parks it can be pretty loud, pretty noisy. So I wanted to find a spot that was secluded where I wouldn't pick up as much noise as possible, because I already have other factors like wind to consider with the audio. So I have a spot overlooking the lake. So I think it's a really primo spot. I love it. Oh shit. I just finished my second shoot. I have one tomorrow, so this weekend is complete and it's a wrap. So just got a few pictures of the lake, because it's just so beautiful. It's such a vibe. I really like it. So I'm really glad that she chose the spot, because I live 10 minutes away from here, and I So today I'm filming the last participant, well, the last birthday individual for the film. Right now I'm going to the car to get the camera so I can do a few test shoots before I actually get there, because it's always good to test the equipment and make sure everything's on the up and up before you actually get there, and try to test all the other stuff out, because setting up takes the majority of the time, framing, so just want to make sure all that's good. No makeup. It's too hot out here to wear makeup. I got a little bit of highlighter on. Natural flow. My tent just got propped back up, and my mom's tent. My tent is bent a little bit, but hopefully she makes it through. Like, too much. Because people were saying that tents were flying all over the place. Tents were like all over this place. I'm just like, whoa. So serving the children, melanin goddess energy. I'm getting super dark out here.